Would you rather have elite footwork, a mastery of defensive technique, and the IQ of a boxing genius, or the punching power to knock out every single man on the planet? This was essentially the boxing chess match between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. One floats like a butterfly, the other stings like a bee. In fact, Beterbiev's punches sting so hard, he had a 100% knockout ratio. None of his opponents heard the final bell. Until Bivol. For 12 rounds, Dmitry darted in and out, narrowly avoiding a nap by mere inches. That's not to say he didn't take damage. Beterbiev's hands are so heavy that even blocked punches left bruises on Bivol's face. Of course, Beterbiev is also a well-rounded, skilled boxer, and Bivol can punch harder than he's given credit for. But it was power that ultimately determined the pace of the fight. Bivol landed twice as many high-impact punches, but it wasn't enough to earn him any respect. He was more precise and landed more cleanly, but anytime he got a flurry going, one thudding punch would stop him in his tracks. Beterbiev ate all of Bivol's power punches and just kept coming forward. Bivol evaded most of Beterbiev's power punches, but the ones that got through hurt him badly. Artur looked like the Terminator, and his constant pressure and aggression helped him secure the victory. This was a razor-thin decision, and punching power, or lack thereof, made it the most exciting tactical battle in recent history. With the rematch coming up, both men are wiser and have adjustments to make. We might see a strategic masterclass, with the boxer taking risks and employing new tactics. Or we might see the puncher land a haunting, ferocious knockout. On February 22nd, live on DAZN, Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev will rematch for the undisputed light heavyweight title. Bivol wants revenge and Beterbiev wants to finish the job. It's an epic clash between skill and sledgehammer, and it's on the fight card of the century. 4 championship fights, superstars from all across the globe, and an explosive heavyweight slugfest between Dubois and Parker. Don't miss the excitement and get a free 7-day trial when you buy now with my link. Watch the fight card of the century for just $25. DAZN.com/Murdoch in the description. Punchers are born, not made, is a quote as old as the sport itself. Sure, energy transfer can be studied and technique can be optimized, but for some reason, some guys just have it and some guys don't. Take for example the monster Naoya Inoue. With a 90% KO ratio, he's one of the most explosive knockout artists in the sport. More livers have fallen to his left hook than to alcohol. Did you know his younger brother Takuma Inoue is also a champion boxer? He, however, has a 25% knockout ratio. They're the same height, same weight, and both learned how to box from their dad, yet there's a glaring difference in punching power. You can't blame technique or upbringing or muscle-to-bone ratio. Punchers are born, not made. It is cruelly ironic how some professional boxers just have no pop. But boxing isn't just punching, it's a technical craft. Paulie Malignaggi, Joe Calzaghe, and Willie Pep all became world champions through heart, timing, and an exquisite understanding of the sweet science. Slapsy Maxie Rosenblum scored just 19 knockouts in nearly 300 professional bouts, famously saying, "I didn't want to hurt nobody, just smack him around and let him know who's boss." He was impossible to hit and won on pure boxing brilliance. But what if you have subpar punching power and less than pristine ring IQ? Just ask Devin Haney, who is probably better than Ryan Garcia in every single boxing attribute, except hand speed and power. The 2-division world champion is very technically sound, but all of his power punches were inconsequential. Garcia just ate them and continued to spam his left hook. In his fight against Gervonta Davis, Garcia felt the power immediately, effectively rendering him gun-shy for the rest of the fight. Haney's power shots just gave Garcia the comfort to be more aggressive. He wasn't afraid to take 10 to land 1, and 3 knockdowns proved his point. So what's the deal with Dmitry Bivol? Sporting a 50% knockout ratio with a 6-year dry spell might indicate that he just wasn't blessed with power. But the fight before Beterbiev might say otherwise. He thoroughly outclassed Malik Zanad and overwhelmed him with combinations. This was a rare sight, not because he got the finish, but because he sat down on his punches and chased the knockout. This time it was fine because Zanad was a last-minute replacement. But in every other title fight, Bivol is hyper-cautious, always ready to bounce out and never in one place too long. It's integral to the unique Soviet style that's powered his success.
The base is like Soviet Union style. I moved a lot, throwing punches maybe like with the relaxed shoulder, with the hand combination.
Bivol can punch hard, but to do so would leave him vulnerable. He intentionally sacrifices power for position. You'll never see him throw a single loaded-up shot, but rather shots that set up a follow-up punch, always with an exit plan in mind. It's what makes him so elusive, but it also comes at a cost. When skill meets power, a game of cat and mouse unfolds. And with Beterbiev's perfect knockout ratio against Bivol's perfect defense, we witnessed a clash of styles between the two greatest light heavyweights of this generation. The fight started fast, with Bivol firing off stiff jabs and managing the distance with his feet. Beterbiev's mission was more simple: seek and destroy. Where Bivol was bouncy and relied on speed to deliver combinations, Beterbiev methodically stalked his prey. Get in, punch, and get out versus cut off the ring and punish. Bivol's speed enabled him to land clean, hard combinations, and perhaps rising to the occasion, even traded in the pocket against Beterbiev, a task no man before him had survived. But like the wrecking ball he is, Beterbiev absorbed every blow, completely unfazed by the offense. Short, compact punches in return hurt Bivol, whose consequential retreat was certainly observed by the judges. This clip captures the entire fight. Dmitry throws two beautiful 4-punch combos, gets Beterbiev on the back foot, and then one destructive punch forces him to reset. Without substantial power to hurt the man, the heavier hitter was always one punch away from taking control of the round. And this was the case for all 12 rounds. The pace never relented from either man, giving us one of the best fights of the year. You might say Bivol fought a perfect fight. In fact, I'm pretty sure Beterbiev's previous 20 opponents would probably agree. But the judges that night valued forward pressure, and via a narrow majority decision, Artur Beterbiev was crowned the undisputed light heavyweight champion. Boiling the fight down to just a difference in punching power is a gross oversimplification, but it's hard to not acknowledge its effect. Both men are highly skilled, they both have the cardio to go 15 rounds, and they both can take a punch. It's just that Beterbiev's were far more devastating. Of course, with any close fight, there are cries of robbery and conspiracy, but I'm more interested in the rematch. No one is unbeatable, and at this level, anyone can knock out anyone. Now that they're 12 rounds more familiar with each other, adjustments to strategy is half the battle. I'd like to see more feints from the champion to disrupt Bivol's defense and help deliver cleaner blows. And more body work never hurts either. As for the challenger, as we've learned, power isn't everything. Muhammad Ali didn't have exceptional punching power, especially not against George Foreman. But through a shift in tactics and by taking risks, he toppled the bigger puncher. Bivol has to be willing to take some to give some. It's a Herculean task, and knocking out Beterbiev seems nearly impossible. But this is boxing. Stranger things have happened. In the rematch, it'll come down to who's made smarter adjustments and who is willing to take chances. Let me know in the comments, will it be repeat or will it be revenge? We all know power can win rounds, but it's ultimately strategy that wins wars. In this war featuring puncher versus boxer, all we can expect is an entertaining fight.